So I don't know why, but I got this impulse to make a video about when in November I went to a cab session, and the days before, I remember I was going a lot to the gym. I was going 2-3 times a week, maybe 4 times a week, every other day. And everybody was still wearing masks. And I remember I was at the gym and I was like sitting at the rowing machine. I put up my mask. I was just breathing in so much. And then a cab session came up, and during a cab session, I just started to feel this like really warm. I felt that there was like a fever setting on or something. Just like it was this warmness and a bit uncomfortable, but the cab session went fine. But I just felt a little bit dizzy, a little bit woozy, but different. My homeostasis was different. So a couple of days went by, and I started to have 3 days of just like nose running, like snot coming out, coughing, 3 days of that. Then 3 days of headache, like headache, muscle cramps, muscle tiredness, feeling really tired, feeling really drained in the body. Then after that, I was also doing a training, online training during that time, by the way. So I went to a center, I got tested, and voila, it was positive for SARS-CoV-19. And of course I was like, holy shit, I didn't think I was gonna get it, but okay, guess we got it. So immediately I was like wanting to put everything that I had learned into practice. So the days that followed, it was like 3 days of the taste being gone and the smell being gone. And this was so strange because you're tasting things and you understand like, oh, there's supposed to be a taste here, an orange taste, but it isn't. It isn't. And it's so different, like it's so weird. It's like, is this real? Is it gonna be like this all the time? So after that period passed, there was just this tiredness, this complete being depleted, feeling completely drained and depleted for days. Like, but the smell would come back, the taste would come back, and then there was just this tiredness. So I remember when I started to feel better, I wanted to go to the gym, and it felt like my battery was empty. I was like, like so tired. So like, so I was just so tired and so depleted. And I understood like, whoa, like when I push myself to the limit, I feel like like this is tiring. This is really tiring. It's like, you know, when you're not fit and you go up a flight of stairs and you're out of breath. It's like that kind of feeling. I was like, I'm so used to doing this 3-4 times a week, and now all of a sudden I'm just starting and I'm already out of breath. So I realized, look, my system needs time. So I realized I can only like go to sports, to gym 1 time per week, 2 times maybe, but I was like, whoa, my body, my ability to handle endurance, to endure, to challenge it was like, it changed. I went to the doctor and he said, yeah, sometimes you'll need, your body needs more time to recover. So during this whole time, as soon as I was like aware that the symptoms were there, I was like, made a conscious decision. I'm not gonna panic, not gonna make a big thing out of it, not gonna even say I have COVID-19. Just like, I have symptoms. There are certain symptoms, right? And I'm not gonna classify it and attach it to this whole story. So no panicking. And then it was like, okay, focus on what I can do. So I had read like some pages from Linus Pauling, his work about vitamin C. I was following a couple of YouTube, like Dr. Berg, who else? All kinds of people, like from the ketogenic world, from the carnivore world. So I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna do the most optimal thing to support my system. Every morning, what I would do is I would start doing a couple of cycles of Wim Hof breathing, really deep, really long. It would take me 20 to 30 minutes, and I would just go through it, and I would feel lighter, would feel a little bit better, would feel energized in my body, would feel like a bit of energy. Then immediately coupled to that, I would do Dr. Joe Dispenza's blessing of the energy centers. So it's like you focus on each energy center. So you have the root center, the sacral center, the third chakra, the fourth chakra, the fifth, sixth, the seventh, the eighth. So I would focus on each one, and you would bless it for the highest good, for the greatest good, for you would bless it for some kind of intention, right? So I would do that. I would do the blessing of the energy centers every day, and I immediately felt that by going through this process of blessing each energy center, I would feel my body would start to give me impulses to function at the most optimal level, or I would just feel impulses to be drawn to certain things, and I would realize it was like the each energy center was giving me information about what was needed. So I felt really aligned. So I felt a bit energized, a bit aligned, and then I was just going through my day. And what I did was I took a lot of chewable vitamin C. So chewable vitamin C. I drank some colostrum as well, like 1 or 2 spoons. But vitamin C, I would take this these big doses, because Linus Pauling talks about it. So I would take 1 gram, 2 gram, 3 gram, 5, 6, 7 grams, 8 grams, and then I would sometimes I would take a couple all at once, and sometimes I would just every couple of minutes, or every hour, or every half an hour. I just feel my intuition. I would just keep taking them, keep taking them, keep taking them, and I would feel gradually that my fever was calming down. The fever that I had was 37 something, 38 something. I don't remember exactly, but the vitamin C helped. I really felt it helped, because this feverish feeling in my body was calming down. There was energy. There was I felt a little bit better. So it was every 2-3 days the symptoms were cycling through, and I was just going through it. Yeah, and then I recovered, and my symptoms stopped. But this tiredness, this feeling of depletedness, that has stayed for quite a couple of weeks, a couple of months even, because I just noticed that there was my body, just this capacity of my body to be challenged, to go up in intensity. It would get tired so quickly, so I would have to take it really slow, take my pace with it. I wouldn't drink as much vitamin C anymore, but also what I did, this was a really big thing for me. When the symptoms were really active, I was drinking celery juice, and I was eating primarily organs and meats. Now, why was I doing this? Because I had read from podcasts, from YouTube, from certain biohackers, that when your body is sick, when you fast or you go into a ketogenic state, when there's not a lot of sugar, the system functions more optimally. So because of that, I was just every day I was drinking celery juice, and then I would have 1 meal a day, or sometimes I would even just have the celery juice and not eat anything. And on the days that I did eat, I would just eat hearts or livers. I would eat so much livers, because I would notice before this, whenever I would eat liver of a cow or of a calf, like a smaller cow, whenever I would eat that, immediately after eating that, after digesting that, I would feel so freaking energized, so energized. It was my energy was immediately whoot. So I would have so much testosterone, so much activity there. I would get really big, you know, and and besides that, I would just feel great. I would feel so good. It was like a super vitamin pill. But you're only supposed to eat this in moderation, like one, maybe 2 times a week. But when I was sick, I remembered that, and I was like, okay, so I'm not gonna use any carbs, just gonna focus on the meats and fats. So I was using butter, I was eating liver and some hearts, some steak, and just keeping the meals really basic, really basic. And what I notice is, when you eat like that, really real ketogenic, it's like there's this continuous state of stillness, because you don't get aroused, you don't get like this excitement because of sugar. Your energy isn't like fluctuating the whole time. It's just that like stillness, this, and you're so grounded. It's just like everything's so calm. You feel your sugar, your blood sugar doesn't fluctuate that much. Your energy levels stay constant. You feel like, it almost feels like you're an electric car. It feels like that. It feels like whenever I eat sugary things throughout my day, it's like, you fuel, and then your energy goes up, and then you have energy to expand, to use. But when you eat like this, ketogenic, whether you eat, you don't eat, it's like you can go into fasted states really easy. And also, your energy, it has like this calmness about it. It's almost like you're just being fueled by electricity. It's like so light. When you hear electric cars pass by, it's like, and it's like, it's just going. But with a car, it's like, you have that kind of thing. So it feels so light in the body, so still. Everything's like so cool. So I would eat every other day during that period. I think it was 7, 8, 9 days. I would just eat liver, and steaks and hearts and different things, but minimize the sugar. And I would feel that I didn't have to be disciplined about it. And I would just like, this is what is needed right now to take care of myself. And I know from past experience that whenever I eat like this, it helps me function really clearly, really directed. So yeah, that's what I went through. And then after that, after the whole ordeal was over, like looking back at it, I don't think I would have done anything different. It was perfect, so perfect. Breathing, sometimes I did 2 breathing sessions per day. Couldn't go to CAP sessions anymore. But yeah, it just, the period afterwards, that was a bit like frustrating, like just feeling depleted. And it took me quite a couple of weeks before I could go to the gym, and just like, I would feel immediately like there was a 40-50% strength drop during my exercises. I was like, it felt like after doing each exercise, I felt like this exhausted, like, and it would take me quite a while to just feel, okay, back, I'm okay, I can handle this. It's almost like I would have to build it up. It's like the system was stressed, and now I'd have to gradually build it up. So now I only like exercise 1 or 2 times a week, usually 1 time a week. Do yoga every day. Started to do yoga every day. Not a lot though. And yeah, it's very gradual, and just listening to the body. Like this whole thing, it has made me aware of how important it is to listen to your body, to look at the feedback, and to take time to be patient with yourself. Yeah. So for me, breath work, vitamin C, ketogenic diet, carnivore diet, Joe Dispenza Blessing of the Energy Center meditations,